Let's kick this hour off live with the Toronto Maple Leafs coach, Sheldon Keefe, talking to reporters ahead of Game 5.
I'm addressing them, or they're talking amongst themselves. We have to keep things really tight and really focused on what we need to do, and that's really all that we can do in terms of controlling it ourselves. There's always outside things, whether it's you're out in the community, or whether it's your own family or friends or whatever it might be. But, our job as an organization is to keep things really tight and focus on the things that truly matter, which is our own preparation.
On a morning like this, do you notice a difference in approach or mood from guys like Ryan and Luke who've done it versus some of the guys who maybe haven't broken through yet?
No, I don't. I think that's a good thing, because what the reality is, what makes the experience of those types of guys that you mentioned is that they don't change. They're the same no matter what's going on, because they just trust the process and trust what they're doing, and that's it. I think the moment you start changing things and all of that, that's when you get caught up in things that don't matter, things that alter your ability to prepare, and just trust that you've done the right thing. So I think that's the beauty in having experience on your team, is that you just prepare as you would any other game. You know what's at stake and all those kind of things. But the puck drops and it's hockey, and you have to be prepared to play that.
What do you learn about John Cooper coach teams from watching him, from coaching against him, from talking Olympics with him last year, this series? What have you learned about his groups and how they respond to challenges like this?
I mean, I don't think we need to talk much about them. It's pretty apparent who they are, right? I mean, nobody's won more this time of the year than them in recent years here. So we talk about the experience of some of the guys that we have and all of that. We're trying to beat a team full of guys that have the ultimate experience and have done it more than once. So, yeah, we recognize the challenge that we have here, and it's, again, why we need to play our best game of the series, and we need to keep the focus where it matters most, which is our preparation.
What should be better on the ice to get you to that best game?
Well, I think we need to be, we need to be consistent throughout our game in terms of being connected from our own zone to the neutral zone, to the offensive zone. Tampa does a terrific job of disrupting that, and it's on us to sort of connect those areas of our game. I don't think we're far off from that really coming together. I thought second and third periods the other night, and a little bit of overtime that we played, there's a lot of good things inside that. Obviously, the last game we played at home here, we did a lot of good things. So we've got enough there now of what we know we need to be able to do. We just have to go out and execute it against a challenging opponent that's largely trying to do the same things.
At this time of year, what's the effect on the bench of somebody taking a hit to make a play, a shot block, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, all that stuff goes without saying. I mean, you don't even get a chance to be competing in the series if you don't bring those types of things. But I think our team's been really good in those areas, really, for the last couple of months in particular. We've really ramped up in those areas, as our team really came together after the trade deadline and all of that, and certainly down the final stretch, our guys were really good in those areas in terms of competing and finishing checks and blocking shots and doing little things that matter, being strong on contentious pucks, all the stuff that's really important this time of the year. And certainly the deeper you get into the playoffs and into a series, all that stuff matters that much more.
So why do you think the things some guys have brought up is that the difference between when you guys are connected to the degree that you want and not is just kind of trusting each other, like trusting that the guy's going to be there, trusting yourself to make the play, and when it works, it really, really works. Is that something that you've seen in terms of the difference between the best and kind of less best version of this game?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I mean, and the opponent has a say in how all that comes together, right? You put together a practice plan and things come out pretty good and look excellent, and then the opponent gets in there and they're in the way, and they have their say in how things go, and energy levels and things like that get manipulated based on how the game is going, and at times when it hasn't gone well, we've often been playing on offense tired, and when things have gone well for Tampa, they're on offense fresh. So that's a big part of it, and we've got to be able to manage that. But like I said, we have had a lot of time, where we've done the opposite. I think, like I said, the other night, we end up losing the period on the scoreboard in the second period, and they extended their lead on us. But to me, from a process point of view, our second period was really good, and there was a lot of good things happening there that we wanted to be able to continue into the third. So I think, between those last couple of periods and the overtime, a good sample of what we're capable of. We would like to be able to do that, while playing with the lead and getting ahead and all of that. So that's the challenge for us tonight.
What do you think's been the key in getting the trafficking bodies in front of us? Why does that work well at times in this series?
Obviously it's a theme at this time of the year in particular. You need to be able to get people in there. Tampa's made it really challenging for us to get to the net. They haven't given us very much. They're, both really on both sides of the game. Both teams haven't given up much on the rush. It's been a lot of those types of plays and goals and stuff around the net. Our guys have done a nice job of getting to those spots. Obviously, we want that to continue. We're going to need it to continue. It's not an easy thing to do, but our guys have been very committed to it.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thanks.